Hi guys, this is Sean from 𝗃𝗶𝗱𝗲 Today I will be reviewing another highly anticipated launch and it is Hi guys, this is Sean from 𝗃𝗃𝗱𝗲 Today I'll be reviewing another highly anticipated launch and it is none other than the Chuan Park. It is expected to launch pretty soon in September. The showfront is almost ready and we can't wait to bring our buyers for the VIP preview. But before that, let me do a comprehensive review of this development and highlight the 3 potential pitfalls that most agents will not tell you. Do watch to the end to find out what these 3 factors are so you can take them into consideration when deciding whether to buy this project or not. By the way, the floor plan, site plan and pricing are not out yet, so if you would like to be kept updated of the latest information, feel free to contact me via WhatsApp and I'll send them over once they are available. Similar to how you should get a loan IPA before making a purchase, you should also do an IPA of the condo before making this huge commitment. To guide you in your decision making, I'll be reviewing based on these 5 factors. Number 1, location and amenities. Number 2, facilities and upkeep. Number 3, demand versus supply in the area. Number 4, pricing versus surrounding developments. And finally, layout. And an overall score will be given at the end. If you would like me to send you the Excel version of my evaluation matrix that allow you to convert real transaction data into an absolute score for the development, do contact me via my WhatsApp number on screen or just click on the link in the description below and I'll be happy to advise further. Alright, let's go! In terms of location, you get to enjoy exceptional connectivity with Lorong Chuan MRT on the Circle Line right at your doorstep. Within one MRT stop, you will get to Serangoon Interchange where you can transit to the Northeast Line as well as NEX, which is a full-fledged mall with everything you will possibly need. On the other side, there is Bishan Interchange where you can change to the North-South Line or do some shopping at Junction 8 Mall. On top of that, New Tech Park is just across the road where you can find some restaurants, cafes and even a pretty decent supermarket. Chom Chom, My Village Mall and so many F&B options at Serangoon Gardens is just a short drive away. What I like about Lorong Chuan is it is a peaceful and low-density area on its own, but at the same time surrounded by so much amenities within close proximity. However, at the end of the day, the Chuan Park is located in District 19 in the outside central region, or OCR for short. There will still be a difference when you compare to other locations like River Valley or East Coast in the CCR or RCR. Having said that, if you value convenience more than anything else, it is still probably going to be the best new launch project in 2024. Hence, I'm still going to give a strong rating of 8 out of 10 for location. In terms of facilities, unfortunately the developer has not released the site plan yet. But given that the Chuan Park is situated on a massive plot with more than 400,000 square feet of land area, I'm pretty sure we will be getting full condo facilities with our usual lap pool, family pool, function room, gym, tennis court, barbecue pits and etc. What we do know is that there will be 3 blocks of 22-storey and 2 blocks of 19-storey with 916 residential units in total. It also comes with a basement car park as we can see here, which I've explained previously that it should be the bare minimum you should expect when buying a condominium. When I compare the land density with nearby developments as well as recent projects of similar size, the Chuan Park actually has the lowest density. That is, each unit gets to enjoy the most common space. This is usually beneficial for the overall look and feel of the development. However, coming to the first potential pitfall for the Chuan Park, and that is the negative reputation that the developer 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 had with its first 2 projects at 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 and 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗏 due to quality and defect rectification issues. Even though in their most recent project at Normanton Park, whereby I was personally involved in the defect rectification works for one of my clients' units, I must say that the overall workmanship is pretty decent. However, this could also be due to the fact that the developer was required to obtain the quality mark assessment for 100% of its units before they can obtain TOP from the authorities. Now, there is no such requirement for the Chuan Park. So, will the poor quality at 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗏𝗏 resurface? Or will the developer maintain the workmanship we have seen at Normanton Park? It remains to be seen until the Chuan Park obtains TOP 4 to 5 years later. Because of this huge uncertainty, I'll only give a rating of 6 out of 10 for the facilities and quality factor. Coming to demand versus supply, this will be more of a quantitative analysis. You always hear people saying that this project will have high demand because it is near the MRT station or near a certain primary school. But how do you actually measure how strong the demand is? In my previous video on 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃, I have explained how I quantify demand and supply using the demand and supply ratio respectively. Please take a look at the video here if you haven't already. So, I have tabulated the demand ratio of existing developments with at least 200 units that are near Lorong Chuan, Serangoon and Bishan MRT. Remember, the higher the demand ratio, the better. And the numbers actually look very strong. For the 3-bedroom, demand ratio is almost 180%, with the exception of Bishan 8, which has twice the number of units on sale versus the number of units transacted in the last 1 year. The rest of the developments are looking pretty good. This indicates very strong existing demand in the area, which should translate into future demand for the Chuan Park as well. And according to my scale, it will get the max 5 points. Following the same methodology for the 2 bedrooms, the overall demand ratio that we got is pretty strong at 114%, which translates to a max score of 5 points as well. However, it is interesting to note that the demand ratio is quite weak for developments like Forest Woods and the 𝗃𝗍𝗲. On closer look, there's actually a number of loft or high ceiling units on sale at Forest Woods, which typically is not as popular because buyers are paying more for the airspace above the living dining area, which you can't actually fully utilize. For 𝗃𝗍𝗲, what I noticed is there's a number of 2+ study units on sale, and one of the common bedrooms can only fit a single bed, which is not so ideal. The inefficient layouts at some of the 2-bedroom units at Forest Woods and 𝗃𝗍𝗲 probably led to the weaker demand. And hence, it is always important to have a holistic review of all factors before making such a huge purchase. Next up, let's look at the supply ratio of the same 9 developments we benchmarked with earlier. Just a recap, supply ratio is derived from the number of listings that are currently on sale divided by the total number of units in the development. So in this case, the lower the supply ratio, the better, as this will mean that there are not so many owners wanting to offload their units at the same time. For the 3-bedders, we have a very low overall supply ratio of 1.96%. You can see that most developments here are in the single digits in terms of the number of listings in the market. The more popular developments like Golden Hill Park Condo and Forest Woods have 0 units available for sale now. For the 2-bedders, the overall supply ratio is still pretty decent at 4.33%. However, we can see that Sky Habitat has the worst supply ratio at 13%. When I dive deeper, I realized that 10 out of 20 units for sale are the 710 square feet units, which are marketed as 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, but in fact only 1+ study units. But given that the size of the study is not too far from the size of the common bedroom in a 2-bedroom unit, it becomes a direct competitor with the 2-bedders. And therefore, it feels like there's quite a fair bit of supply of 2 bedrooms in Sky Habitat. Having said that, the overall supply ratio in the area is still very respectable, and this translates to a scoring of 5 and 4 for the 3 and 2-bedders respectively. However, coming to the second potential pitfall, and it is the fact that Chuan Park is a huge development in a low-density area like Lorong Chuan. Currently, the total number of units in the Lorong Chuan enclave is only about 2,100. The Chuan Park with 916 units is a big proportion compared to the existing supply. On top of that, there will be another plot of land next to New Tech Park to be released under the government land sales in December 2024, which is estimated to yield 550 units. This means that there will be an additional 1,466 new units to be injected into this estate. This is a drastic 70% increase from the existing supply. Is the demand able to keep up with this significant increase in supply? Will there be more congestion due to the increase in traffic? Will the low density and peaceful environment be affected? Probably still too early to conclude, but most likely there will be a certain degree of impact. So, I'm going to revise the overall demand and supply scoring slightly downwards to 9 and 8 respectively for the 3 and 2 bedrooms. By the way, I hope you can see the amount of work and effort put into the research, so I would really appreciate if you can help me by clicking on the like button and subscribing to my channel. It will really motivate me to continue doing more of such videos. And of course, if you're looking to buy a property and think we are a good fit, feel free to contact me on WhatsApp. Alright, back to the video. Coming to Chuan Park's pricing versus its surrounding developments, which I feel might be the third potential pitfall depending on the actual launch price. The official guide price is not out yet, but word on the street is that we are likely looking at somewhere around 2,500 PSF. Let's first compare with the average pricing of brand new sale in the OCR and RCR, which based on the most recent prices is about 2,100 PSF and 2,600 PSF respectively. So Chuan Park, being an OCR development, is actually priced significantly higher versus its other OCR counterparts. However, you can also argue that Chuan Park's location is very much RCR fringe, being just one stop away from Bishan MRT. Hence, let's try to dive deeper by taking a look at prices of the surrounding developments to see if a pricing of 2,500 PSF is justified or not. To be fair, I compared with only the newer developments that are near the MRT station, including a mixture of both OCR and RCR developments. The closest competitor at 2,200 per square feet is Park Colonial, which is in the RCR, next to Woodleigh MRT and Woodleigh Mall, as well as within 1 km of Maris Stella and St Andrew's Junior School, but about 7 years older. We also have Forest Woods at around 2,000 per square feet, short walk to Serangoon MRT and Next Mall, as well as within 1 km of Maris Stella and Paya Lebar Methodist Girls' School, but 8 years older than the Chuan Park. The question is, will we pay 300 to 500 PSF more for something slightly newer, but perhaps not as strong attributes versus its competitors in terms of being next to a full-fledged mall or within 1 km of a high-demand primary school? To put things into perspective, 500 per square feet is equivalent to 500k more for a 100,000 square feet 3-bedroom unit. It's contentious, but personally I feel if the price gap it can be narrower, then it will make more sense for me. Hence, my rating for pricing will only be 6 out of 10 if the developer indeed launches at an average price of 2,500 PSF. The final factor is to evaluate the efficiency of the layouts in the Chuan Park. However, it's still early days as the floor plans are not ready yet. What we can do now is to review the floor plans in Kingsford's latest project at Normanton Park. Let's first look at their 3-bedroom premium at 1087 square feet. Pretty standard layout with an enclosed kitchen as well as a storeroom and WC at the back. Common bedrooms can at least fit a queen-size bed, which is good. Maybe balcony a bit too big for my liking, but that's really down to personal preference. Next, let's look at the 3-bedroom compact at 947 square feet. Likewise, it comes with a proper enclosed kitchen with windows for ventilation. Common bedrooms are good size too, just some wastage of space in the entrance foyer. Finally, let's look at the 2-bedroom premium at 721 square feet. Pretty decent to be honest. Kitchen is tucked into one corner so you can try to enclose it if you want to. Dumbbell layout with the rooms on either side of the living room to eliminate corridor space. Overall, if Chuan Park layouts are similar to Normanton Park, I'll probably give a rating of 7 out of 10. Another key thing which is crucial in determining your exit strategy is the stack and pricing analysis, whereby I'll evaluate the price differentials between the different stacks to determine if the premium for the so-called better facing units is worth paying or not. You'll be surprised that there are times when poorer facing units end up making higher profit than good facing units because the developer charged too high a premium during the launch day. Choosing the right unit is sometimes more important than choosing the right development. So if you like what you see, do reach out to me to arrange for an exclusive show flat preview and I'll be happy to advise further. Overall, there are a few potential pitfalls for this development. If the developer can maintain the workmanship we have seen at Normanton Park and hopefully launch at a more realistic pricing of below 2,500 per square feet, then some of the downsides can be mitigated. There will be a spike in supply in the area, but the existing demand seems strong enough, especially for buyers looking for exceptional connectivity and convenience. Even though it is not my top choice in 2024, but it is still one of the better ones this year, and I'm fairly certain Chuan Park will still obtain pretty good sales results from its launch. My overall rating for this development would be 7.2 out of 10 for the 3-bedders and 7 out of 10 for the 2-bedders. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my evaluation. And with that, thank you so much for staying till the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our Happy Homes Property YouTube channel for the latest content. If you're looking at a few other developments and would like me to evaluate as well, feel free to contact me at 94515625 or click on the link in the description below and I'll be happy to evaluate further. Once again, I'm Sean and I'll see you soon. Hi guys, this is Sean from Happy Homes Property. Today I'll be reviewing another highly anticipated launch
and it is the Chuan Park. Okay, I forgot already. The show for the VIP preview. Sorry. The show flag is almost ready and we can't wait to bring our pies for it. But before that, let me do a repeated launch, and it is tongue tight, and it is view. But before that, let me do a comprehensive review end of the video to so close. Them to you. Send them over once they're available. Or OCR. The CCR